Hi everyone! In this video, we will look into the racist concepts in Volkswagen's neue Golf and Sixt WM-Tipp advertisements. The existence of racism is still very much present to this day and oftentimes is found in media, including advertisements. Nowadays, racist concepts in advertisements are sometimes not shown explicitly but disguised in indirect interpretation that can be understood by the audience. According to Chambers, racism in advertisements is a common phenomenon brought from the past to this present day. Back in the colonial era, when slavery of black people still existed, there were a lot of advertisements that degrade black people. Even though slavery no longer exists, racism in advertisements is still an issue. In this presentation, we will discuss two ads from Germany that carry racism, namely from Volkswagen and Sixt. The ad published by Volkswagen is called Der neue Golf, which was published in May 2020 and promotes the brand's Golf 8 car. From Sixt, we have Der Sixt WM-Tipp that advertised Sixt car rental service and was published in the midst of World Cup 2010. The cars shown in both ads are used as key visuals. In this presentation, we will discuss two research problems. First, how black people are represented in the ads, and second, what is the factor that comes into play in the emergence of racism in advertisements. The method that was used to carry out this research is descriptive qualitative, with the help of Stuart Hall's theory of representation using the constructionist approach. First, we will discuss Volkswagen's Der neue Golf. It is an ad in the form of video published by Volkswagen back in May 2020. According to BBC News, the advert was a part of a series which was supposed to depict a love story between a dark-skinned man and a white woman. For over 60 years, Volkswagen has been known to produce interesting and witty commercials alongside their advertising agency Dol den Bernbach, which lure people's attention. But in this case, people were not quite fond of Volkswagen's 2020 Golf 8 commercial because one of the advertisements in the series was deemed as racist. Here is the controversial ad.
Der neue Golf.
In this ad, there are several elements that we call sign in the system of representation. First, the giant hands belong to a white person. Second, the black man. Third, the push and pull gesture that the pale-skinned hands do to the black man. Fourth, the phrase petit colon, which means little colonist or little settler. And fifth is the letters emerging at the end of the ad. At a glance, there seems to be nothing wrong with the letters. The letters end up forming the phrase Der neue Golf or the new Golf. However, if we look closely, the first letters that emerge are N, E, G, E, R, forming a racial slur, the N-word in German. The way the white hands are made bigger than the black man and how the hands push and pull the black man can be interpreted as an act of control conducted by the white person towards the black man. The man being flicked into a building marked Little Colonist builds an interpretation that the black man was considered a mere petty colonist by the white person. All of the signs I mentioned earlier would then be correlated with the concept that is in the audience's minds. According to Hall, the meaning of something depends on the correlation between things in the world and conceptual maps. Nowadays, people are generally more aware of the existence of racism and are against it. Therefore, any form of sign that is considered as an act of racist superiority against another race would then be correlated with the concept of racism and would be frowned upon. Consequently, people would deem their neue Golf advertisement as racist and become outraged by it since the black man in this ad is represented as an inferior being in the hands of a white person. Now, we will discuss Der Sixt WM-Tipp, an advertisement by Sixt, which is a German car rental service company. Sixt published this ad in 2010 as Germany was about to face Ghana in the World Cup. In this ad, there are two vehicles, the white Mercedes-Benz convertible and a dirty truck containing a pile of stuff and also a lot of people in the bed of the truck. The white convertible is supposed to depict Germany, while the truck supposedly depicts Ghana. At the bottom of the image, there is a writing called Der Sixt WM-Tipp, Ghana, das könnte eng werden. 50% Trostrabatt für alle Ghanaer unter sixt.de, wenn Deutschland gewinnt. Unquote. There seemed to be a word play in this writing, therefore, it could be translated into two different sentences. The Das könnte eng werden phrase could mean it could be a tight game, hinting at the football match that was about to happen, or it could also mean the truck could get narrow, referring to the narrow truck shown in the ad. In this ad, the black people are identified with Eurocentric stereotypes, such as dirty, uncivilized, and uncultured. This is shown by the way Ghanaians are portrayed with a dirty truck, dirty clothes, and how they are also riding the truck in a disorderly manner. These are also called signs in the system of representation. Germans, on the other hand, are portrayed with the luxurious Mercedes-Benz, which is a German-made car. This shows Germany as a more advanced civilization and more superior than Ghana. So, what could be the cause of the appearance of racist concepts in ads? In my opinion, one of the factors that comes into play is racial color blindness. According to Apfelbaum, color blindness ignores racial differences in every aspect and behavior and is considered to help decreasing racial prejudice as well as discrimination. However, Megan Burke stated that color blindness neglects the existence of racism and past racism phenomenon that is still experienced until now. Color blindness prevents us from seeing the historical causes of racial inequality and how racial inequality persists in our society. This leads to what we call colorblind racism. We can conclude that the identity of black people in both Der Neue Golf and Der Sixt WM-Tipp ads are depicted as an inferior group while the white men are shown as the more superior class. One of the reasons why racist concepts keep making appearance in ads is racial color blindness that turns into colorblind racism. And that concludes my presentation on racism in Volkswagen's Der Neue Golf and Der Sixt WM-Tipp advertisements. I hope this video could be beneficial and I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you for watching, stay healthy and stay safe.